I'm sorry, I betrayed you. I started my glow up early and I'm down like 6 kilos in the last 12 weeks and I hit like half of my training performance goals. But I'm sorry, I'm not leaving you behind again. I'm here now. Okay? So, if we're just meeting, hi, I'm Hannah. I am a multidisciplinary creative, also certified in teaching yoga, personal training, and nutrition. And I want nothing more than for you and I to become healthier and happier. So here's how you're going to lock in and glow up and actually enjoy it. So when I say glow up, I do mean physically, yes, but I also mean internally. So while I do have personal goals in terms of health and fitness, I have a lot of inner work that I've been doing and a lot of things beyond that for myself and for my career. And we are going to go through all of that because I don't think a glow up really is a glow up if you don't feel good and more has changed beyond your appearance. And the more content I'm consuming recently, the more I'm realizing how much your nervous system really affects how much of a quote unquote real glow up you get, because it's tied to a lot of things like confidence and being regulated and being calmer and moving in a different way, and the way that you respond to things and how that makes you appear in the world and how you move in the world. So I want you to keep that in mind when you are considering what a glow up is. I want the purpose of this glow up to also be about thinking of something that terrifies you, that you don't think you can do, that you don't think you are, like good enough yet, or whatever, or your whatever limiting belief you have. I want this glow up to basically help you prove to yourself, no, I am deserving. I am this person that I have in my head, because this person that you have in your head, it's coming from you. It is basically your intuition telling you this is who you're supposed to be, this higher version, this elevated version of you. It already exists. It's within you. You just need to, give them a little shove outside. So that is what the next several videos will be for. And so for the surface level, first, let's figure out what your actual goals are. They don't, by the way, have to be physique related. Like, I'm on a cut, yes, but even though I'm on a cut, I don't put most of my focus on the physique side of it. Or I obviously am tracking my weight, I'm tracking my physique, I'm tracking how I'm changing physically in appearance, but that is not the center in which my progress revolves around, because I don't think that's a healthy place to be, to solely track what you look like and a number on a scale or a size you're trying to obtain. So even if, like me, you have physique goals like getting bigger or getting smaller or whatever it is, I genuinely believe in it. From my personal philosophy, revolves around putting more of our focus on performance. I invite you to consider what performance goal or goals, like yours truly, because there's a lot that I want to do and I can't pick. So I'm kind of doing it all at the same time. Is it the most efficient way? Not exactly, but I'm happy, so it's fine. Point is, you need to figure out what performance goals you can track that would get you the most excited to keep showing up at the gym. Because if you create a really rigid structure, whether you're working with a personal trainer or you are working by yourself with the intention of showing up to try and just look better by the end of I don't know, like a period of time, or have a lower average weight by the end of the week, it will become incredibly bleh to show up to the gym. But as opposed to showing up so excited, like I have a 2-week split, okay? Like most people split their week. I have a 2-week split because I have so many goals that I want to work on. And I'm so excited to hit that I couldn't fit them all into 1 week in a way that is sustainable to me. So I have a 2-week split. And every time I show up to an exercise or like a workout day with its specific performance goal. So a lot of people split their week by body part. I split it by performance. So on the days where I have, for example, like a heavy lifting day, I am so excited to see how much heavier I can lift. On the days where I have my calisthenics training, I'm so excited to see what skills I've gained progress in, or I've gained strength in, or ability in. So if you can find things that excite you, that you can show up and track and put your value on beyond just a number or a size, it will make the entire journey so much more pleasant. You genuinely, like, you have no idea. You cannot fathom how much of a difference it makes, but it truly does. I promise you, it makes it so much more pleasant and fun. And you just get so excited to see how much better you're doing. And you become so proud of yourself. Like, you build confidence because you see the work that you're putting in give you results even faster than seeing a number on the scale or a size would, because that stuff comes slower. And it's not always as visible as noticing every week, hey, wait, I lifted heavier, or wait, I ran for longer, or I jumped higher, or whatever it is. So that's my advice when it comes to deciding how to train. There are a number of resources out there regarding how to train. I will link down episodes from the podcast that I have on audio, and I will link down older content that might not be visible on my channel, but you will be able to view it if you click the links below, and possibly even podcast episodes, which I don't know if I want to revive the podcast. We'll see. We'll see. But point is, I'll link down resources that will hopefully help you figure that part out. I'm unfortunately not currently taking any one-on-one online health coaching, but if you want, I'll leave my email down below as well, and you can just shoot me an email and inquire so that I can add you to a list and let you know when slots are open again, which hopefully will be soon in the next few weeks or so, I'm hoping. But the next portion of that bit is nutrition, of course. So regardless of what your goals are, you need to figure out, do you want to maintain your weight? Do you want to increase? So maybe that means you're building muscle. You could be, I don't know, you could be wanting to gain fat for whatever health reason. That's also a possibility. Or a very common one, you might want to be losing fat, which is personally where I'm at, although I am hoping to also increase just a little bit more muscle, or at least maintain. So it's kind of a body recomp situation-ish. But again, to me, that's not the main focus, because I realize that's when I go insane. And by the way, I always see so much more progress and results in the physical side, as long as I am not focusing too much on the physical side. So do that what you will. But you need to figure out how you want your nutrition to be. And by the way, your surface goal might not even just be about, your size. It could also be things like clearing your skin, feeling better. It could be about moving better. It could be about so much more than just how your body looks. And so keep all of these things in mind, because it will give you a clearer picture about how you then eat, how you train, and so forth. And of course, things like taking care of your sleep and all of that. But again, I will link resources down for the nutrition as well, because that is not the whole point of the video. But I want you to consider how you can make this as easy and as enjoyable as possible. They might not be equally easy or equally enjoyable. It could be more enjoyable than easy. It could be more easy than enjoyable. And by that, I mean, I personally have weeks where I am so done. Like I don't want to think about what I'm eating. So I make stupidly simple meals. Sometimes I don't even want to meal prep. Meal prepping is great, but sometimes I just can't get myself to meal prep. So on these weeks or days, I know that I have backup plans. So I need you to have your backup plans. I need you to have a few things in your pantry, just a few staples that in 5 minutes you can put together a meal. One of these things for me happens to be, I know I have some rice. It takes 10 minutes to make rice on the stove, or you could have some meal prepped in the freezer, the fridge, whatever, in portions. So you don't even have to do anything besides take it out, heat it up either on the stove, in the microwave, whatever. And I know that if I can make the rice in the 10 minutes that it is boiling, I can chop up some cucumber, drain a can of tuna, maybe even some spring onions, mix together a sauce of sorts. Maybe I'll just dump some sweet chili. Maybe I'll just use some soy sauce and light mayo, whatever. Maybe I'll add a bit of kimchi on there. That is it. It takes as long as the rice needs to boil, truly. And another thing for me is, I don't know, canned fish in general, like sardines, same situation, but sometimes I'll add eggs with that. And sometimes I will play around with literally whatever is in the fridge and in the freezer. And that's where creativity comes into play. But sometimes I want to be really creative. I regularly like meal prepping in really fun ways. And that is a big part of why the last 12 weeks have literally just flown by, because I'll pop up some pictures and videos and whatever on the screen of the type of stuff that I've been meal prepping. I've been loving the foods that I've been making. And sometimes I've been trying recipes, ones that I'm creating from scratch, ones that I adapt, ones that I try to follow, etc. And even if a recipe, recently I made this, I tried a chickpea cookie recipe, but I did not follow a single recipe. And I kind of added things that, protein powder, for example, that really changed the texture, the flavor. I tried to make it really low in fat to just fit the calories and the macros that I had, and something went off. So I ended up taking these cookies, and this was also something else that's fun for me. I took these cookies and I've been making different versions of it. So yesterday I took the cookie and I smushed some dates onto it to create a caramel-like situation, and I coated it with some chocolate, and it was better. Today, I haven't tried it yet, I haven't tasted it, but I have really high hopes, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the screen in text. But I created them into I took the cookie and I smushed it with the dates. So I crumbled it, turned them into little cookie balls, and I coated that with chocolate. And I feel and I added some honey and peanut butter as well. And I feel like that is actually going to be really good. I'm excited for it. But find whatever it is that gets you excited to stick to it, whether it is keeping it stupidly easy or making it super creative or kind of having a balance of both or mixing them depending on, I don't know, your phase of your cycle, your mood, the season of life you're in, depending, like some weeks are busier, some weeks are, whatever. But I do still really recommend meal prepping or ingredient prepping or just having things that are stupidly easy to just throw together, whether in the freezer, in your pantry, whatever. And if you notice, I'm not giving you this is how you should eat, this is how you should train, because I don't know what your goals are. So I can't tell you that. It would be very dishonest of me to tell you, you should do this, you should do that. But I will tell you the basics. Again, you can check out the resources that I'll leave for more information, but just the basics. Try to eat as many fruits and veg as you can. Try to up your protein and fiber if you need to. No, don't just up them for the sake of it. Like if you're not hitting your protein and fiber goals, please do that. Make sure you're drinking water, and ensuring that you have a lot of color and a lot of plants in your food will help you with a lot of things like your skin being better and so on. Sleep well. And this might not seem related, but it is, even for the physical part. I want you to learn about yourself. Wait, but isn't this part of the internal glow up now? Yes, but it's still linked to the physical part. The times when I gain the most fat are the times where I am sad or bored. And I know that that applies to a lot of other people. When you feel down, when you don't feel like yourself, when you feel negative in any sort of way, not in a short burst, I mean like life is negative, you'll probably fall off a lot of other things. You'll probably not be as inclined to take care of yourself in terms of nutrition and training and stuff. So when I say learn about yourself, I want you to learn about your body, the brain, your nervous system, about creating better routines and habits, about sleep hygiene, and anything else that you need to get better at. Like look at where your personal gaps are, like social skills, for example, or how to date better or setting boundaries, whatever it is. I want you to literally figure out, how can I become better? Not just fitter, not just hotter, not just, all of that. Yes, I want you to become all of that, but I also want you to become happier. And we become happier when we know ourselves and how to fix ourselves. And when we become self-aware enough to acknowledge our flaws. I have personally been working on a lot recently. So when I tell you, like, I am sorry I started before you, but my glow up recently has been inside out. I have been, like, the past while has been utterly transformational for me in a way that I cannot describe to you, because a lot of it is stuff you can't see, because it's like in here and how I behave and interact and how I feel about things happening around me and to me and whatever. So please don't neglect the inner work. And I will personally be helping you with a lot of that over the next few weeks with the videos that I'll be sharing on the channel. So make sure that you're subscribed, maybe even hit the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video comes out. And I will also be sharing a lot of resources on my Instagram and my TikTok, so you can follow both of those as well. Instagram sees content first before TikTok. However, TikTok, I might be including some a bit exclusive content on there, just because there are people who follow me on Instagram that I don't want to see, because I don't know, maybe I'll share things about dating endeavors and whatever, because it's been a ride. So speaking of which, media consumption, I want you to curate your media. I want you to be picky. I want you to choose positive media to consume, or things that are educational, things that help you, whether they make you feel good, but like in a good way, not like in a short burst and then dopamine drops kind of way. I mean, like something that helps, something that teaches you about yourself. To me, a lot of the podcasts and the resources that I'm personally interested in are very much wellness related. So I love neuroscience content. I love content about building healthier relationships and personal development, career, all of that stuff is right up my personal alley. So figure out where, again, like your gaps are, and maybe that's the kind of content that you seek out. Like when you're doing mundane tasks and sometimes you want like a push to do certain things, maybe you tell yourself, hey, like I'll listen to a podcast to get myself to do this thing. And you can like habit stack it, and you're also learning at the same time. And again, like neuroscience content, psychology, all of that, I don't think anyone can just not benefit from them. I think everyone would benefit from them. So I would definitely recommend them. And I want you to have hobbies and side quests. I want you to create a list of things to try, or hobbies that you had that you've abandoned, or whatever it is, side quests. Because even if you don't have a very quote unquote exciting life, even if you maybe spend a lot of time alone, I don't want you to be sitting around doing nothing. I don't want you to just be, I mean, you could, obviously, there are times where we do need to sit around, do nothing, stare at a wall, meditate, etc. That's not what I'm talking about. But I mean, I don't want you to waste your life away on your phone scrolling or just have nothing to do or wait until someone invites you to do something. No, you make plans for yourself, even if you do not have that many people in your life. Because again, boredom, sadness, etc. is when certain thoughts creep in and then we start to spiral and maybe even we like binge eat or we, lose track of our goals or we start to hate ourselves or whatever it is. Just let's just avoid it, like let's just make life interesting, add enjoyment and joy in small things. Like for me, I'm actually learning Spanish. I've been learning Spanish since November and I'm so proud of myself. I've stuck to it and I have improved so much to the point where like some mornings I journal in Spanish, which I'm so happy with. But that's just one thing that I personally love. Another thing that you can do is you can pick up crafts. You could read. I personally love reading. I genuinely think reading makes a lot of things more exciting and interesting, and it opens your mind and it helps you think in a different way. But anyway, over the next several videos, we will dive a lot deeper into the details of this glow up, from establishing better routines and habits to building a body we love, to cultivating confidence, becoming more interesting, and even doing the scarier things and making things happen and taking on projects that we didn't think we would. So that is my hope with the next several videos that I post. And if you already have a big scary thing in mind, let me know in the comments down below. To me, it is to share what I'm building online. It is to share more of what I am creating and the businesses that I'm trying to launch online, even though it is completely mortifying to me. But that will be what I personally try to do this summer. That will be my big scary thing. So let me know in the comments down below what your big scary thing. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps me and the channel out a lot. If you want more content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, both under the channel name Hannah Marai. I'll also leave links down for there below. And if you want more content on here, you can click either video on the screen and I'll see you in the next one.